Hey everyone, and welcome. We're about to take a guided tour through Google's massive AI universe. Now, I know it can seem super complex, almost like its own galaxy, right? But don't worry, we're going to break it all down piece by piece. So, you ready to jump in?
All right, so let's start with the huge question that's kind of at the heart of all this. How on earth does one company, even a company as big as Google, build AI that works for billions of people? I mean, think about that scale. It's just mind-boggling. Well, the answer, it's not some single magical product. It's not one thing. It's an entire ecosystem. And that's the key word we're going to keep coming back to. So what we're going to do is peel back the layers of this thing, starting right at the center and working our way out.
Okay, first stop, the absolute core. This is the foundational tech that makes everything else tick. You can basically think of it as the AI's central brain. And that brain is called Gemini. This really is the beating heart of Google's AI. And it's not just one model, it's a whole family of them, and each one is an absolute powerhouse. But here's the really cool part, the thing that makes it a game changer. Gemini was built from the ground up to be multimodal. So what in the world does that actually mean?
So, multimodal basically means it can understand and juggle all sorts of different things at once. We're talking text, images, video, even code. It can process pretty much any kind of information you throw at it, and it can generate almost any kind of output you ask for. This flexibility, this is the secret sauce. It's what makes the rest of this whole ecosystem possible.
Okay, so Gemini is the brain. Got it. But where does the real industrial strength work get done? For big companies. Well, that brings us to our next layer, which I like to think of as the AI factory. And this is so important because when you give these tools to massive enterprises, that's when you start to see entire industries transform. And this factory has a name, Vertex AI. This is the platform where businesses can come in and build their own custom, heavy-duty AI solutions. It's the machinery that lets them tap into all that Gemini power. So, what's actually inside this factory? Let's take a look. First, you've got the model garden. It's exactly what it sounds like, a place with over 200 different AI models to choose from, including Gemini and others. Then you've got the Vertex AI Studio, which is kind of like a workshop for quickly building and testing out your ideas. After that, there's the agent builder to create those smart AI agents that can get work done. And to tie it all together, you have MLOps tools to manage the whole project. It's literally a full AI production line.
And look, this isn't just a bunch of buzzwords. This stuff is making a real difference out in the wild. Take a look at this quote from the CEO of GA Telesis. He's talking about how practical the platform is and how it gave them the confidence to go all in with this cutting-edge tech.
Want an even more concrete example? Get this. Kraft Heinz, the food company, used Vertex AI and took a process that used to take them 8 weeks and crushed it down to just 8 hours. I mean, come on. That is an absolutely massive jump in speed and efficiency. All right, so we've seen the big factory for enterprise. Now let's zoom in a bit. From the factory floor to the individual creator's workbench. The next layer is all about the toolbox for developers. And this is key, right? Because developers are the folks who build the apps we all use every single day. Giving them these tools is how AI really finds its way into our hands. Now, imagine you're a developer. You're building a new app, and you want to put some AI magic in it. You've got a really important choice to make right at the start. Should the AI do its thinking right there on the person's phone? Or should it do it up in the cloud? And believe me, there are big pros and cons to each way.
And this really breaks it down nicely. On one side, you've got on-device AI with Gemini Nano. It's super fast, it's great for privacy, and this is huge. It works even when you're offline. On the other side, for the really complex, heavy-duty tasks, you can use something like Firebase AI to tap into the power of the bigger Gemini Pro models in the cloud. It really is all about picking the right tool for whatever you're trying to build. And this on-device stuff isn't some future fantasy, it's already here. Think about TalkBack on Android, which can now describe what's in an image for someone who is visually impaired, even with no internet. Or the Pixel Voice Recorder app, which can give you a summary of a meeting right on your phone. It's amazing. It means powerful AI is getting more personal, more private, and more accessible all the time.
And it doesn't stop there. Google isn't just giving developers AI to put in their apps. They're putting AI in their coding tools. So now you have Gemini right inside Android Studio, acting like an AI co-pilot, helping you write better code faster and squash bugs. It's like having a super smart assistant right there with you. Okay, so let's recap.
We've got the AI brain, the industrial factory, the developer's toolbox, now for the really fun stuff. Let's talk about the public playground. This is where anyone can get their hands on this tech and just play. And this playground is called Google Labs. It's basically where Google puts out its cool, new, sometimes kind of weird AI experiments for all of us to mess around with. It's all about creativity, trying new things, and getting a little sneak peek at what the future might hold. Let me give you a couple of quick examples. First, there's Music FX. You literally just type in a vibe, like upbeat synth pop for a road trip, and bam, it creates a totally original piece of music for you. How cool is that?
Or check out Doppel. It's this new app that lets you use AI to explore your own personal style. You can try on basically any outfit you can dream up, which is a wild new way to think about fashion.
And one more, Mixboard. This thing is like your personal AI brainstorming buddy. It's designed to help you flesh out your ideas and maybe even push you in creative directions you hadn't thought of. And these are just a few of the things you can find in the playground right now. So we have the brain, the factory, the toolbox, and the playground, the whole shebang. But an ecosystem doesn't just grow on its own, right? How do you keep it healthy? How do you help it thrive? Well, you invest in people, you invest in learning and community. And that brings us to our final layer, the classroom. Over on the Google Skills platform, they've laid out this really clear path for anyone who wants to learn more about AI. You can start by earning skill badges for specific practical things. Then you can work your way up to certificates. And if you really want to prove you know your stuff, you can go for the full industry-recognized certifications. But learning isn't just about courses. It's about people. And that's where Google Developer Groups, or GDGs, are so awesome. These are local meetups all over the world where developers of all levels, from total beginners to total pros, can get together, share ideas, and build cool stuff. It's about building that community.
So there you have it. From the core brain of Gemini to the factories, the toolboxes, the playgrounds, and the classrooms, it all works together. It's this huge, powerful ecosystem, which really just leaves one final big question. With all of these incredible tools out there, what will you create?